Hello, in this video we're going to make a duplicate of our stool top and then cut out some slots so that it inserts and works like a puzzle piece, self-locking together with our stool legs. For this, what we would like to do is we want to come down to stool top. We're going to right click at the bottom of our page on that tab that I'm hovering over now. I'm going to click duplicate, and instead of stool top copy 1, I'm going to change this. So I'm going to right click on I'm going to click on stool top copy 1, right click, click rename, and change this to stool top lower. Simple name, not trying to be fancier, make things challenging here. Okay. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to cut through this piece. So I'm going to select the top face, then I'm going to select sketch. I'm going to turn this to a top view. So I'm going to hover over the view orientation cube and click top. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start by just creating 2 lines. Okay. For this, I'm going to select my line tool, and I'm going to select my construction line. I'm going to make a line coming off the origin, so I'm going to snap to that origin. I'm going to drag this straight up, make sure it's vertical. I have that vertical constraint to the right. Okay. If we do this, okay, I'm going to come down to the left, to the right. I'm going to try and get this horizontal constraint again. I'm going to click once, and then I'm going to click to my origin once. If you double click at the end of your first line that you've made, you won't have to do our next step. Our next step, I need to get rid of this angled line. So I'm going to hit escape on my keyboard. I'm going to click on the line, and then I'm going to click backspace or delete. Okay. I'm going to click E on my keyboard for equal. I'm going to select each of my construction lines. Next, I'm going to dimension my construction lines. I'm going to click D on my keyboard or the dimension tool on the top toolbar. I'm going to click on my vertical construction line. I'm going to move my distance out. I'm going to set this distance to 4.5 inches. Okay. I'm going to click enter, and it makes both of those 4.5 inches long. I'm going to hit escape to get out of our dimension tool. And next what I'm going to select is I'm going to select the offset tool. Shortcut key is O. I'm going to select both of my construction lines, and we can see we have this arrow that I can drag out to resize this. Okay, whatever size your offset is fine. I'm going to hit enter. Then I'm going to change this distance. We want this distance to be twice or half the thickness of our material. Okay, so because our material is 5/8 of an inch, what we're going to do is we're going to do 5/16. Enter. Okay. You can see it did the math. It changed this dimension here. If I zoom in, we can see that a little bit better. And escape, and I can drag this out where it's a little bit easier to read. Okay. From here, we're not going to be doing much more for dimensioning, but we're going to use our mirror tool. So I'm going to come up to the top. I'm going to select mirror, select a mirror line. I'm going to start with my horizontal construction line, select entities to mirror. I'm going to select my vertical construction line, vertical object line, and my horizontal object line. Next, I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to select my mirror tool again. This time I'm going to select my vertical construction line, and then I will select the rest of my features. I should be able to, from the right to the left, if I click and drag, it will select all of the features that are inside or touched by this box. So I can simply make a mirror or a duplicate replica of all of these lines. We do still currently have some blue dots at the ends of our lines that are undefined. With these dots, we need to connect them with a solid line. So I'm going to click my line tool. I'm going to click on each of these, and then I'm going to give them each a dimension. It should automatically dimension to 5/8. I should be able to also dimension them from the base or from my previous line. Excuse me, from the construction line.